Hi Aquarius, this is your horoscope for August 2017. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. Now, on the 2nd of August, Uranus, the planet of rebellion and eccentricity, goes retrograde. Uranus has been in your third house for a while, and in Aries, it's very, very powerful. So some of you will have made a huge amount of progress when it comes to what it is you're communicating and what it is you want to express. And some of you will have found it very chaotic and difficult to get the point across or to get your message out there. Uranus is unpredictable. It can go either way, and certain people can work with it and other people can't. So if you are someone who's made a lot of progress in the way you communicate, so you know you've now mastered public speaking by practicing, and you've written your book, that's great. With Uranus going retrograde now, things plateau and slow down a little bit. And if things have been all over the place communication-wise and you've had no idea what's going on, with this retrograde, things calm down now in terms of your thinking and in terms of the way you communicate. So you'll have more contentment and peace of mind with Uranus going retrograde, which is great. On the 7th of August, we've got a partial lunar eclipse, which is also a full moon in Aquarius. So I've made a separate video on this. They're quite complicated, so have a look at that video. I'll also make one for the new moon at the end of the month. But for you guys, Aquarius, the full moon lunar eclipse happens in your first house of self, in your sign of Aquarius. So that's awesome. The full moon is when the moon reaches its completion and it showers us with Aquarian energy. So you're being showered with your own energy. You're going to feel so comfortable in your own skin. The universe, the world will seem absolutely right for you right now. You're working with what you've got and what you need. It's also at 11 degrees. 11 is the master number of service. And in numerology, 11 is the equivalent of Aquarius in astrology. So it's an Aquarius full moon squared. So huge sense of power within yourself, the ability to communicate, to be of service, to help others. And because it's an eclipse, it's interrupted, it will last for about 6 months. So you'll notice the effect of this for the next 6 months. You're going to feel much more empowered within yourself. And this eclipse happens on the south node of the moon, so you'll also be able to let go of things that do not work. So what is it, ask yourself, what is it that I am passionate about that will help other people? You'll have so much power over the next 6 months to realize that and to do that for yourself, to get yourself in a position where you're doing something that you absolutely adore, that challenges you intellectually, that's a passion, and that helps other people. It's like a lot of the signs this month are kind of awakening, and there's kind of a global awakening happening here. And if anyone's gonna, globally awake, you guys, the Aquarians, are gonna awake first. So there's a great energy of enlightenment here and a great deal of personal power and understanding what my passions are, what I'm good at, and putting that to practical use to help other people. So Aquarians are going to be really good to have around in this month of August, because you guys are totally selfless at the moment. You're not thinking about your own needs. You're really thinking about how you can make a contribution. And I think that's the only thing any of us can do here on this planet. We can only try. We're never going to get it, are we? We're never going to get the answer of what it's all about. We can only try and read the symbols and ask for guidance, but no one's ever been given the full picture apart from Jesus and Buddha and the Ascendant Masters. So we're not going to figure it out, but what we can do is we can make the world a better place by making a positive contribution. So it's not about having all the answers, but it's about what you're doing. And you don't need the full story to do good things. On the 9th of August until the 20th of August, we've got Venus and Pluto opposing each other. Venus is the planet of love and beauty. She's in Cancer in your 6th house. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, and that is in Capricorn in your 12th house of spirituality. So Pluto is saying, I want you to change the work that you do so that it is spiritual in nature, which will mean that you love your day-to-day existence much more and that you're far more content in your life. So during this period, you will get a lot of insights and ideas about what you could do to transform something about yourself. It's not about transforming something about yourself, it's finding the passion and using it that will do the transformation for you. And then your life will look differently. So all you need to really do is listen to the guidance and listen to what you're being told to do. If it's help this person that way, or go volunteer over there, or I suggest that you do art over here, then don't question that and go with it and see where it leads you. The universe wants you to succeed. It wouldn't give you this kind of power and this amazing kind of eclipse, if an opposition, if it didn't want you to succeed. So from the 12th of August until the 5th of September, Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury is the communication planet, and that is in your 8th house of institutions. So when it comes to paperwork, bureaucracy, filing things, applications for citizenships, visas, that is not something that you're going to be supported by with this Mercury in retrograde, especially in Virgo because it rules Virgo. So I know some of you will have to do those kind of things. Make sure you double check everything, you dot the I's, you cross the T's, make sure everything is as it should be. You know, if you're aware of it, then you can do something about it. We all have lives to live. We can't just stop traveling because Mercury is in retrograde, you know? We still have to continue living our lives. So be aware that Mercury is in retrograde, that officialdom and bureaucracy is not your friend during the 12th of August to the 5th of September, and then you don't have to struggle so much with it. That's what you're working with until the 21st of August, which is when there is a total solar eclipse, which is also a new moon in Leo. And that occurs in your 7th house of relationships. So now you're having all of this fiery energy pulled into your 7th house of relationships. You have your sun there, the moon is right next to it. You have your north node, Mars, the archetypal male principle, and your midheaven, all in Leo in that 7th house. So a lot of fiery energy is going to come in, and it may be that you discover your passion through connection with others, and it could also clear the path forward and give you an idea of how you can truly be of service. And again, it's an eclipse, it's interrupted, so the effects of this new moon are with you for the next 6 months. So when it comes to your relationships, you're far more enthusiastic and positive about what you put into your relationships. Therefore, you're going to get much more support and energy out of your relationships. What you put out, you get back. That's the law. So the next 6 months, please, please, please focus on your relationships, especially focus on relationships that can serve you in a way and that can help you to discern the path when it comes to your own hopes and dreams, and also how you want to communicate, what you want to think about, what you want the internal landscape to look like, and what you want to provide to the world. I know it's a lot, but you're really going to be in a great position after this eclipse on the 21st of August, because you'll have so much energy to build great relationships. So yes, it does help you and will support you in all these ways in terms of the path clearing. It will also help you with work. Obviously, you know, having great working relationships will mean that people support you. But this also applies to romantic relationships. It's all relationships, family relationships. You have much more fire and enthusiasm to put into these things, so people will respect that and give you much more back. There are the occasional exceptions, of course, but usually what you put out, you get back. On the 26th of August, Venus moves into Leo. So Venus has been in your 6th house, guiding you in terms of, you know, what is it that I really love to do. With Venus now joining the rest of these planets in the 7th house, Venus is the goddess of love and beauty. So in Leo, she's at her most confident and beautiful. So you're ending the month here with an even stronger focus on relationships, and you're sliding into September with total confidence and real joy and light and optimism when it comes to your relationship. So that looks really good for you at the end of August and in the beginning of September here. So I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. And what I do is I draw up your birth chart. I use your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, I can use sunrise, or I can rectify the chart to find out what the time is. And then I can analyze the chart to see what your purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, strengths, weaknesses. And I can also put the transits around to see how these influences are going to impact you specifically. So if you'd like that, then please get in touch via the website. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. I'd be ever so grateful, and I'll speak to you next month.